Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning, afternoon. Welcome to the 5M Mindfulness and Meditation Experience with Aaron Hill, hosted by the One God, One Thought Center for Better Living. Thank y'all so much for coming. This is one of the first in a series of meditation experiences that Aaron Hill has curated and cultivated for the community, the greater Baltimore community, and he has decided to debut his work here with us. We have a long relationship. The One God, One Thought Center for Better Living has a long relationship with Aaron Hill. He has served as a musician here in the past as well as a member. So he's home, and we are just so grateful that he chose our place, our sanctuary to host this experience. So I want to welcome you to the One God, One Thought Center and mindfulness meditation experience. And you all are welcome to join us at the One God, One Thought Center for Better Living. Anytime you choose, we are open on Sundays here, every other Sunday. You can check ogot.org for our service information. And without further ado, I would like to introduce to you the one and only Renaissance man.
Here together. So I want to say, thank you for being here with me for the first 5-minute mindfulness and meditation workshop. Does everybody have a handout? Yes? Is that a yes? No? All right. Does anybody else need one? You can hold up your hand just in case. All right. So for everybody, let's look at what our objective is today. Our objective is to learn how to use music, movement, meditation, mindfulness, and mantras to deal with stress, anxiety, grief, depression, improve sleep, and overall to be at peace. By the end of this workshop, you will have a 5-part self-care formula to help you to move throughout your day in an emotionally balanced and successful way. Does that feel good so far? All right, well, I want to thank you for coming to my workshop, and I'll see you all on the way out. The funny thing about that, though, is that there are little things like that that do actually impact our mood. That laugh right there did allow you to relax a little bit more, right? Just notice it. So why is mindfulness and meditation important to you? I would probably start off by saying, first, why is it important to me? In 2019, I dealt with probably one of the most anxiety and stressful times in my life. I've been fortunate to have a relatively good life, but not too many traumas and enough adversity to give me a backbone, but not enough to completely destroy my character or hinder me in some ways in life, like I see with other people that I'm now talking to and supporting on a day-to-day basis. So I've had my self-care for a while because my mom gave me some good education and exposure. They gave me some good tools to stay active and to do things to continue to elevate and grow my mind. But in 2019, things were a bit rough. So I wanted to take my self-care to another level, and I heard about this course called the 10% Happier course by Dan Harris, a former news anchor who had a panic attack on the air, and it would lead him to going around the world, studying with the gurus about meditation, and then putting together his own course called the 10% Happier course, which was a course that was for people that wanted meditation without the preachy language and some of the other things that can kind of throw you off center from time to time when you just need to relax and be with yourself. I had a panic attack. And that's how I found out about his story. That would lead me to 2019, where I would have my own 10% happier self-care journey. I was having some lower back issues, so I went to the cardiologist, the chiropractor. And I was starting to get into yoga. I had been wanting to get into that, and I started getting into it as far as stretching and that kind of thing. And I started getting into a more formal aspect of meditation. When we talk about meditation, we'll see that meditation is something that's very natural and normal and doesn't take sitting in a lotus position necessarily, even though that's wonderful too. But I live meditation in my day-to-day activities as well as mindfulness. But at this time, I started having more of a formal practice where I would set aside time in the morning, I would stretch, I would just be with my body and my breath. And you know how you know something, but you don't know it until you experience it? I knew that it could change my life, but I had no idea really like how it actually would. I was dealing with some symptoms of what they call prostatitis, which is when your prostate becomes inflamed and you feel pressure. And I was breaking out in these little red hives. Never experienced this before. My back, the middle of my back was killing me. Like not even my lower, but my middle was just. And surprisingly, just from being with my body and my breath for 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, stretching, allowing myself to move, all of it would go away. When I went to the urologist to check into these symptoms, my first thought was, what is Ella drinking back there? Because that sounds so good. That's mindfulness and meditation. Thank you for that, Ella. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. So when I looked up the symptoms, it said that something like this could come from a bacterial disease, even an STD. I'm knowing my life and my history. I'm like, that can't be me. And so, here we go. That's just how it flowed for me then. I'm like, yeah, this. But it's so interesting because I went to the urologist. He checked my prostate. He's like, I don't see anything. I don't find anything. I'm like, cool. I go back and look at the same information again, and it says, yes, it could be all these things, or you just be stressed. Mindfulness and meditation changed everything for me. I started paying forward my journey by taking everything that I was, everything that I was learning in the 10% Happier course, and I started paying it forward every day, doing live stream videos and teaching other people the things that I was learning. And that's how we get to 5M. So that's why mindfulness and meditation is important to me. It's taking a man who already was in a pretty good place and made his life even better. Why is mindfulness and meditation important to you? I'm curious. What does this bring up for you? So I'd like to hear, if it is important to you, why is it important to you? Let's participate. Anyone? Lavesta, thank you so much again for being here with me today.
Okay. I want to feel at peace every day, at least 24 hours a day.
Yes, you want to feel at peace. Yes. At least 24. If she can get more, she is up for it. Y'all know we all need those extra.
Yeah, I'll just say, my creativity and spontaneity is heightened.
Yes.
Just cool and calm and
Collect creativity, peace.
I already meditate regularly.
Yes.
This is going to add new skills
Yes.
and new dimensions.
Yes.
to my practice.
Yes. Love it. Thank you. Cherie, thank you for being here with me.
You're welcome, Aaron. I love you.
Love you too.
It's important to me because I've been under a lot of stress lately.
Yes.
I've already had a mini stroke a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I've been in crisis. But I'm a solution seeker,
Mm.
you know, and when a good friend of mine told me about this, when she told me I was in crisis, and just this morning, and the next thing I know, a knock came on my door.
Mm.
And here I am.
Mm. Mm. Wow.
Hey.
Serendipity plus intention equals life. Peace, creativity, expansion, solutions in the moment. Anybody else? Okay. This is why mindfulness and meditation. Oh, yes. Thank you.
Yes, I want to learn more about it. I've been in heard about mindfulness and therapy,
Yes.
meditation. I try to quiet myself, but I want to get even quieter in the mind, to stay calm.
Yes.
And I just, my mom just recently passed, and I saw that it said grief.
My condolences.
So I was hoping, to gain something that would help me even more.
Yes. Thank you so much. May I ask your name?
I'm Cherie.
Cherie.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to see you. And I just realized.
Wow. Look
Yeah.
at Spirit.
There you go.
Oh, 3 Cherie.
I love it. This is a Cherie thing. A Cherie and Sherry thing. Sherry. Right.
Can I share, Aaron?
Please,
This is important to me because meditation and mindfulness, I'm finding that it connects me to more people that I wouldn't necessarily connect with, and seeking solutions and seeking peace, and seeking some reprieve for grief.
Right.
I find that when I seek out meditative circles or workshops like this, I meet people who have either had this in their practice or are intermediate people like myself, or beginners, and I just get a chance to learn. So I've met so many new people just by showing up here today. And when you talk about mindfulness,
That's so beautiful. And again, this is Tiffany and Cherie, Reverend Burnett, LaVesta, and Joshua. I'm sorry. This is beautiful. I want you to take note of this as we transition to our first M of this 5M formula, music. Peace. Why is mindfulness and meditation important? To be able to have self-care right at your fingertips. It's been therapy for me from the beginning. Before that, I was a music listener as well. It brought me therapy through listening. What are some of the ways that you use music in your daily life to self-care? I'm curious. Yes, Steph.
Actually, even when I go to sleep, I would say, "Hey Google,
Yeah.
play meditation, play meditation radio on Pandora." So it plays all night. It's about quieting all of the possibilities that are going through my head at any one time,
Yes.
so I can just focus.
24/7 care. Music around the clock. I call that sound bathing. Jim Boy. Joshua.
Yeah, and I tell Google,
Turn Stephanie's music off and play this.
hush up with that meditation music and turn some 90s hip hop music.
Yes. And that's your self-care. That's my self-care too. Definitely high five you on that. Oh yeah, speaking of which, so one of the fun things about 5M, when I started it online as a Zoom experience, was during the pandemic, because we couldn't see each other, when we would get to 5 or when we get to something where we accomplished something, we would have a high five. and that high five would be on the screen. So we do the, so we're going to do that today as well. High fives, everybody. Next person.
I have to agree with the lady up front. I have well, I don't have Pandora, but I have my music going 24 hours a day. So when I'm out and I walk in my house, music is playing.
Yes.
It's a little strange when I'm walking in someone else's house and there's no music. I'm like, what's wrong? But 24 hours a day, go to sleep with it. I love it.
I absolutely love it. One quick thing I want to say. If you all use your phones to record, like if you use your notes application or something, I encourage you to, so that you can listen back to this later. I encourage you to record. Yeah, that's all. And we're back. Anyone else? Paulette, how do you self-care? What ways do you?
I love music. I feel like the OJs when it comes to saying I love music.
You feel like the OJ?
The OJs, they did a song called I Love Music. And that's truly me. That's truly me. I've been a part of the choir here. What, Reverend Burnett, 27 years maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, music. Music, you know. Just music. I just love it. I love it. I love it. Aaron's music. It's a meditation that I listen to. It's called hand drum.
Oh,
music. I love it. The bows, Alma Chandra.
Yes.
The bows, you know, music. Soloists.
Yes.
You know, just soloists. Whether it's Stephanie singing, whether it's Cherie singing, whether it's somebody singing here in the, you know, in the church.
Yes.
I just love music. You know, lately I've been communicating on a regular with Ricky Byers, Michael Becker's wife, and ex-wife, and she's been sending me music, and it's just so amazing. You know, Aaron and I go back. We used to listen to. We didn't have a keyboard we didn't have musicians, and Aaron would make tracks. I think we go back 2008, 2000. I think 2008, 2006, something. Yeah, music. I just love music. And now, I'm 69. I just turned 69 this year. And at 62...
Yes, we can do that. You know, she still looks up to applause.
Yeah,
she told me to let you know.
June 28th, I turned 69. But when I turned 62, or was I 60? I'm hearing these microphones. It was one of them. I decided to learn how to play the violin.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing today. I'm playing the violin, you know. At night, I just had a loss of a friend, you know, and I needed that meditation even more at night to sleep. You know, I go to Sheila to get a massage at least every other Friday, and she played meditative music. And every time she put that meditative music on, I would just fall right off to sleep. So I use the meditation music now myself, and I can go on and on.
Oh, we
see,
because you know what? I could sum it up like you said. I love music. Paulette loves music. Paulette has been calling me Music Man since she met me, and she's the reason why I'm here at OVLT. Period. End of story. She used to actually come support my band Fruition, and here we are. Thank you, Paulette, for sharing that. All right, anybody else? We're going to listen to some music. Yes, Cherie?
I just want to make a correction. I am the reason why you're here.
Yes. And the good thing is she's doing it here, so that way, if they fight, we can at least iron it out before, they can at least be friends.
It's all a blessing. But I grew up listening to jazz music. My mom sang way back when, and she lost her ability to sing because of having thyroid disease, but she never stopped listening to music. And when she would play these jazz great artists, female and male artists, I would just, no matter what I was doing in the house, my ear would always lean towards the music, like I was minding her business or something. But I'm glad that I was able to do that. And you know, in my life in the 80s, I went to school for broadcasting, and ended up on a jazz radio station, and learned that I had to be open to all genres of music. And I've been able to do that. And In my latter chapter of my life, I listen to meditation rain to go to sleep.
Beautiful. I love it. Thank you for sharing that, Sherry. Thank you so much. We use music in a variety of ways, as we can see. We dance to music. We drive to music. We listen to it to help us clean up, our houses. We listen to it to help us sleep. All these things. What I want to do is invite you into 5 steps, 5 for 5M. 5 steps to active listening, to going a bit deeper. 5 steps to active listening. Number 1, select a piece of music that makes you feel good. And quick sidebar, when I started off music, I was a hip hop artist. And one day in my group, they asked me, would I sell out my music to someone who used it for negative messages? That question led me down a path of self-care around my music, because the answer was no. For you, and you're distracted by something else, you have yourself being programmed while you don't realize it, because your focus is not there, but your subconscious doesn't know the difference. And your subconscious has to take note of it to be mindful of your surroundings, so you'll know whether to fight, freeze, or fawn, or what have you. So, again, remove the distraction so you can just focus on the music for active listening. The 4th point, notice and be fully present with the subtle characteristics of the music, the beat, the bass line, the melody, etc. And sing, hum, and dance along so that you can be with every aspect of the music. I know that for many people this comes naturally, but being aware of something then allows you to take your experience to the next level. And then lastly, reflect on your experience. Before you move on to something else, when it comes to your music, take a moment to reflect on your experience. Check in on your breath, your mood, and the feelings in your body to see what's happening. How do you feel? That also will help to let you know if the music is affirming or not. A lot of music that's based on competition and these kind of things, they don't leave the listeners feeling good in the end. It's just validating maybe of the current reality, which might not be good for them. So, how does that feel? Does that feel like a good 5-step process? All right, let's do it now. Let's do it. So, we're going to take some time to actively listen, to allow music to take us on a journey for a few moments in contemplation, which is the name of this music that you're going to be listening and meditating on. So I want to just invite you to get comfortable right where you are. You might need to reset yourself, especially if you don't realize you've been I'm slouching a little bit. Allow yourself to sit up with a nice tall back, but not overarching, just comfortable. Allow your head to rest right on top of your spine, so you may want to face forward for that. If you do tilt your head down, just try not to drop your head like this, because that is more pressure on your spine and on your lower back. You may not realize that that's maybe causing you pain. And when you are ready, you can just allow yourself to gently close your eyes and just take a moment to be with this moment. Take a moment to be present with the sound of my voice. And take a moment to be present with yourself. Notice that you are breathing, and that this is something that you would have been doing anyway had I not mentioned it. But because I've mentioned it, now you notice it a bit more. Take a few moments to just notice it coming in and out. Feel the chair and where it meets your body. Feel the temperature of the room. And as we go into this meditation, I just ask that you allow the music to start to be your song of contemplation. Notice the sound of the melody and the motion of the music. Notice the ambiance in the background. And just allow for this to be a place of contemplation for you for a moment, where you can just rest and feel relaxed. We're taking this moment to be with the music and allow it to tell our story. Allow for it to be our safe place, our place of relaxation and contemplation. I want you to take a moment to just think about what your safe place is. That place in life where you feel that you can have time to yourself, to just be with yourself. For some people, that may be just sitting on your porch early in the morning, listening to the sounds of the birds and nature before the rest of the world wakes up. For others of you, you're safe and contemplative place. Maybe when you're driving in the car up the road, listening to the sounds. As you roll down your window on a nice warm day, and just allow yourself to be with yourself. For someone else, that may be at night, when you finally crawl into bed and get ready to allow yourself to relax. Wherever that is for you, I just want you to bring it to mind and just allow for the music to be what affirms you in that place. Allow for the music to be what lets you know that you are there. And at least for this moment in time, all is well. Allow for the notes to be your contemplations. And just notice what comes to mind for you when you think about what makes this place your safe place. You use all of your senses to connect with those things that make you feel good. Whether it's the coolness of the breeze or the warmness of the sun on your face. Whether it's the soft sound of the rain as it falls or of the birds as they chirp. Look at the colors. Notice the way that it makes you feel. And now, I want you to allow yourself to stay in that place and just contemplate. Nowhere else to go. Just to be here. Just you things that make you feel safe and allow you to contemplate. For a moment, nothing else is allowed in this space. This is your space. Nowhere else to be but with your body, your breath, and your safe place. Take a few more moments to just be there. No rush to be anywhere. And now I want you to take a moment and contemplate on your reason for being where you are here today. Whether it was to seek more peace, to be open for more expansion, to meet some new friends and have a supportive community. Just be with that intention and contemplate it for a few more moments. Breathe into it. Invite you to once again notice your breath as it comes in and out. Notice the chair, how it feels to you. Notice the sound of my voice. Notice the temperature of the room. Notice your presence. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes and reconnect with the present moment. I want to say thank you to the birds. How do you all feel? Calmer. How do you feel? What does it bring up to you for you? Relaxed, relieved, lovable, wonderful, wonderful, peaceful. We move from music to movement. I'll tell you a little fun fact about those birds in mindfulness and meditation. I wanted to have the birds to be able to add to our ambiance and to take us into the guided visualization. And as I was listening to the birds, as I was telling Ella, we were back there having a good mindful laugh about it. I was going through birds tracks this morning and getting frustrated with the birds because I couldn't get the birds to do what I needed them to do today, right now. As soon as I found the birds that were nice and quiet, one of the other birds wanted to jump out and just be loud all of a sudden. I was like, okay, now exactly. So before I actually got mad, I laughed to myself and I was just like, look at how this could lead to something else. And the whole time the birds have no idea that I'm struggling with their beautiful children. Movement. The second M of this 5M workshop experience is movement. Any type of movement is good for your body. But specifically, if you look at your handout, stretching relieves tension and stress, boosts energy, improves productivity, posture, stamina, range of motion, decreases injury and muscle soreness. What are some of the ways that you like to keep your body moving? We can actually do what we just did coming out of that meditation, shouting out how we felt. What are some of the ways that you like to keep your body moving? Dancing. Go. Dancing. Go. Dancing, dancing, dancing. All right, so we're just going to have a dance party. Share. Pilates. Walking. Steps.
Yoga.
Yoga. Volleyball. Beautiful. So we're going to go into 5 stretches that you can do anywhere. And what I like about this is since I started getting into yoga, I find myself now while I'm just standing, talking to people and just even having conversations, starting to do things like this. And like this in front of them. And like this. And they're like, what are you doing? Like, should I back up or should no, you should join in because I promise you it feels good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through 5 for 5M, 5 stretches that you can do anywhere. All right. So going into this will not be a workout. This will just be a way for us to loosen up. However, in considering that everybody has different bodies and different things with their bodies, this is a do what works for you moment. Whatever you can't do, don't do. All right, so I want to invite everyone to stand if you like, and you can also do this seated if you prefer to as well. And Ella, you can play the 5M meditation music. What we're going to do is just take a few moments to relieve some stress and some tension. I say you can do these anywhere because many times, and I noticed this as a piano teacher, as I would work with students, they wouldn't notice that they were there like this. And it was because of the stress and anxiety. But when I would mention it to them, it would allow them to relax their shoulders. So sometimes we're okay, but we just need a reminder. All right, you can turn up a bit, Ella. We're going to move to the beat of the music in 5. Turn up a little bit more for me, Ella. Just a tad bit more. Thank you. I want to feel that bass. You know, I made this track. I'm ready to groove to it. This beat has 5 beats for 5M. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to move to this music. The first thing we're going to do is a neck stretch. Really easily. You're going to allow your head to slowly tilt to the left. Just as far as it's comfortable for you. You're going to take your left hand. Oh, one quick thing, I'm sorry. Forgot one thing. If you like to, we'll take 15 seconds. Let's give each other a little bit of space. Sorry, just so that way we can leave out here as friends and all this won't be in vain. You hit me when you hit me in my eye when I'm trying to stretch. All right, perfect. All right. So, again, allow your head to slowly tilt to the left, just as far as it's comfortable for you. You're going to take your left hand, you're going to bring it up, bring it over your head, and rest it there. You're going to use your hand in this manner to just allow for the stress to be here. And just hold it for these 5 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, allow your hand to relax. Allow your head to come back up to center and be with your head because it's important for you not to hurt yourself and be mindful. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So slowly tilt your head to the right, just as far as it's comfortable for you. All right, and you're going to use your right hand and then reach up, over, rest it on your head, and use it just to give you a little stretch here. We're going to do it for 5 beats. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Allow your hand to slowly release. Don't jerk your head back up. Alright, down to your side and slowly be with your head. Bring it back up to center. How does that feel? You feel okay so far? Alright. We're going to do neck rolls. Some people move their head in a whole circle, but it's actually not healthy to have your head back in this way. You don't need to strain your neck in that way. So, you're going to take your head, slowly turn to the left, and pause there when you're looking at the other person to your left. Alright, what we're going to do is, in the count of 5, you are going to roll down towards your chest, and you're going to come up to the right and look right. Everybody ready? Alright, here we go. And on my count, we're going to count through. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold it on the other side. Everybody got that? Easy enough? Alright. We're going to do the same thing going left on my count. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That feel okay? Everybody, yes? Alright. Now this time, when I count to 5, we're going to go to the other side, and we're going to turn it right back and come back. So we're going to continue with those counts of 5. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, rest, and now bring your head back to center. Be with your head. Does it feel okay to you so far? All right, perfect. Next, second, shoulder circles. If you aren't standing already, I should have said this in the beginning, stand with your feet shoulder width apart to allow for your body to be open. All we're going to do is take our shoulders. We're going to first go forward for a count of 5 and make a complete circle. We'll count to 5. Pause, and then we'll go backward, count to 5. Start from a stationary position. On my count, we're going to start rolling forward. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And pause. All right. Ella, you can play the track again. I should have made it longer. All right, this time we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to go backward. One thing I want to remind you of is when you are rolling, it is easy to forget to breathe or to hold your breath. So just remember to allow yourself to breathe in those 5 beats. We're going to go backward on my count. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5 big circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Loosen that tension. Last one. 2, 3, 4, 5, and pause. All right. Feeling good? Next, wrist release. A wrist release. First thing you can do right now is just shake your hands like this. Get the stress out. A lot of times we don't know what's there. All right. Good. A wrist release is good because if you are typing regularly on your phone this way or this way, it's a lot of stress here. So what you can do is allow yourself to hold one hand in front of you. Let's start with the right hand. Let's do it that way. Start with the right hand. I'm sorry. Right hand in front of you. Take your other hand, reach out, and take your fingers and just slowly press down like this. Don't overextend it and don't lower your body. Stand straight up and just hold until you feel it start to pull. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. All right. Let's do the same thing with the other arm. Hold your left arm out. Take your right hand, put it on your fingertips, and on my count, we're going to press down and hold. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it at that point. 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And release. All right. Do you feel it? Feel a little stretch there? Okay. Next, shoulder release. This is one of my favorites to do because I feel this in my back as well. All right. Now with this, again, be mindful of your body. If you have some problem with your shoulders where you can't reach up, don't overextend yourself. If you can't do this move, then just take your hands and we'll have our hands clasped. But just take your hands and just literally reach up to the sky. Just allow yourself to open up. For everyone else that is able, reach out in front and clasp your hands in front of you. Now, as you're able to turn your palms facing out, right? And on my count of 5, I'm just going to reach up to the sky as high as you go. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, relax for 1 second. We're going to do it one more time. Let me demonstrate it for you first, though. This time, when we go up, the first thing is, again, try to get to your highest point where you can feel that stretching your shoulders and in your back. Every time I do it, I literally feel a crack and it opens up. When you get to your highest point, this time we're going to turn our hands, we're this way. We're going to turn our hands over back to the norm, and when you come down, it's almost like you're doing this, like you're allowing your back to open up that way. And when we get here, we'll turn it back out and go up again. Everybody understand? Okay, let's reach out, clasp your hands, and just gonna do a couple like this on my count. 1, 2, turn your palms facing out. Sorry about that. Turn your palms facing out. When you go up, we're gonna turn them in at the top. And here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, and turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, and turn. Breathe. Don't forget to breathe. 4, 5, and relax. Does everybody feel okay? Last one, and we're done. Hip circles. Hip circles. Really easy. A lot of us did this in school, at least when I was coming up. All we're going to do, this is good for opening up your back, your hips, and everything. All we're going to do is place our hands on our hips, and you're just going to make big circles. We're going to count in 5, so by the time we get to 5, we should be back at the start and looping. There we go. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, just for good measure. Other direction, and we're done. All right. Here we go. And other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, great. Feeling good? Okay, high five. You can high five somebody beside you. That would help. Teamwork makes the dream work. Teamwork makes the dream work. Let me high five somebody here. Hey, yes. High fives. All right, you feel good? You can have a seat. The only thing that I'm asking you to do from this workshop experience is take these ideas and put them into your everyday life. You'll be surprised how a few moments of doing that can open you up, and you can do those anywhere. All right, so I think that at this point, I think we're going to take a break. I think we're going to take a quick break. Does that feel okay to you all? How do you feel? What would you like to do? Would you like to take a break now, because we are going to take a 10 or 15-minute break. We're going to be done at 2. Would you like to take a break now, want to check in, or would you like to go through one more section? We'll take a poll. One more section, break. Okay, you said one more section? One more section? Anybody else want to weigh in? How you feeling? Couple more break? All right, cool.
And Ms. Laverne said, can we do 10 minutes instead of 15?
That's fine. That works. All right. So let's take a break for those, so that way we can all feel good, because I know we'll feel good with that. It'll be 10 minutes. And then we will jump into our next M. We'll knock out our next 3 M's.
Okay, we'll have some ionized alkaline water in the back if you want to sit and get refreshed.
Beautiful. That is beautiful. I advise you to get some water. I will be doing that myself. Ella, you can play a little music. And yeah, we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Go and get it right now. How you doing?
Hey family, y'all see the people, got about maybe 25 people here for the first 5M mindfulness and meditation workshop. I'm so excited. The people are feeling good. So far they are feeling refreshed. They're feeling like these things are helping them, and that makes me happy. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break. Don't go far. Round 2 is in 10 minutes.